like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ruach Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is Building in the Spirit. The date is December 23rd, 2020, year of prophecy. And pretty much, this is pretty much like the second installment of this particular series. Now, this building in the spirit, pretty much, like the first time I did it was at the park. When I was filming, that was the first time Spirit came on me to do that type of lesson. I mean, brothers have their different variations of what they do concerning this, but this is what the Spirit gave me. So pretty much, building in the Spirit is pretty much along the lines of whatever scripture you brothers put up on the comment board. We'll deal with that and then build a lesson from that in the Spirit. Whatever, Spirit has to come out from that particular point. And if no scriptures come out, then I just have a little quick something I was going to address, but, I'll just wait to see if any scriptures are posted, because when we're dealing in the truth is, like Elder Apostle said, okay, beautiful, that we're going to deal with that. We're going to deal with that. The brother Judah Akia put 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, so we're going to deal with that. So let's bring out this precept first. St. John 3 and 8, the wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. Yeah, because this is the way, the Spirit flows. You don't know where it's coming from, and you don't know where it's going. And that's why, this lesson is entitled, Building in the Spirit. Now, the brothers in Des Moines, they have one called Flowing in the Spirit, I believe it is. So this is I guess it's pretty much around the same concept, I guess. I'm not really sure. I mean, I do watch the brothers' videos from time to time, but so many videos going up, it's hard to keep up. So the brother Judah Akia 2 put 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, which reads, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Now, when we're dealing with the end of the world is not talking about the end of all humanity, the end of life on earth, the end of the earth blowing up, and all of that crap. Because this is what some people teach, in these wacky-tacky Christian churches. But when we go to the scriptures to verify this statement, Ecclesiastes 1 and 4 says, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. So we know it's not talking about the end of the earth or the end of the world, where end of life as we know it, Teotwaki, the end of the world as we know it. No, that's not the case, because the earth was created to be here forever, as we just read. And when we read in Psalms 115 chapter and the 16th verse, it says, the heaven, even the heavens are the Lord's, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's, but the earth has he given to the children of men. For what? To dwell in. That's why in the beginning, he said what? Let's go real quick to Genesis chapter 1. And let me find the verse real quick. Right here, Genesis 1:28. And the powers blessed them, and the power said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and what? And replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. So we know that the earth is here. It was created for man to dwell in. The Lord said, be fruitful and multiply. And we know that at one point, the Lord, was upset, and he destroyed the earth, right? But prior to him destroying the earth, he set up a man named Noah to do what? The word Noah means what? It comes from the Hebrew word nach, which means what? I'm going to leave it to you brothers in the comment, but what does the word Noah mean? And the reason why he set him up was because life had to continue. So through brother got that named Tyrone Big Gums. That's an inside joke. Because life had to be preserved. Nope, it doesn't mean new. Nope. It does not mean new. Genesis 10:32. These are the families of the sons of Noah after their generations. Salaki, that's not it. Comfort. Yep, comfort. Yep, it just basically means comfort. That's right. So the brother Zachariah Barnaparium, just write that down. The name Noah means comfort. I'm trying to find the verse. Nope. It means comfort. I mean, loosely translated, as Elder Pastor said. Yeah, you could say rest, but it really means comfort. Comfort. All right. Hey, this is, we're learning. We learn day by day. We just take notes. We learn. All right, this is good, but let me go to the 9th chapter. Because there's another verse in here. Here we go. Genesis 9:18. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth, and Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. Why? Because the earth was created to be inhabited by living beings. Men, women, animals, birds, fish, so on and so forth. So we know that the earth is going to be here forever. So what does it mean for Esau as the end of the world and Jacob as the beginning of it that followed? It's letting you know that there's not going to be a destruction of the whole entire planet Earth. Now, building off of that, let's go to 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13, I believe it is. Yep. Let's start at 12. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And we know this is dealing with certain portions of the earth. And really what it's dealing with is dealing with the power structures of the earth, the heathen nations that are ruling, beginning with Esau, as we read here in 2nd Ezra 6, right? It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, according to whose promise? The Most High's promise, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And where is this found? In the book of Isaiah, where he says, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, because this is what the Lord said. So when we're reading here in 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, meaning when you look at this word world in the Latin, the word world comes from the Latin word seculi, or the Greek word eon, or the Hebrew word iwolam, which means an uninterrupted rule, an age, a perpetuity of time, a certain period of time. So Esau is the end of this of the world, meaning he's the end of this age. His age is coming to an end, and the age that's coming after, or the world that's coming after, is going to be the world of the nation of Israel, which shall never be interrupted, shall never be taken away. We shall rule forever and ever and ever. Which brings this scripture into mind, Isaiah 45 and 17. Oldie but goodie. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. You shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. See? So this is going to be a world without end. It's going to be an ongoing thing. It's not going to be something that's going to be here for a minute and then gone. Now, when you look up the word world, it goes into the word iwolam. Now, the word iwolam, which is an age. So this age will be without end, long duration, antiquity, futurity, forever, ever, everlasting, evermore, perpetual, old, ancient world. Now it can be a period, a portion of time, or it can be everlasting, because time is infinite. So this kingdom that's coming for the nation of Israel is going to be an infinite kingdom, because it's Yahushai's kingdom, and we're joint heirs with him. And then when we build off of Peter, I believe this is in the book of Isaiah 66, if I'm not mistaken. Just bear with me 1 second. And I know you brothers are putting banging precepts up there, but we build off the first precept the brother put, and we're just rolling in the spirit. Isaiah 66 and 21. And I will also take of them for priests and for Levites, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, dealing with the Israelite men. For as the new heavens and the new earth which I will make shall remain before me, saith the Lord, so shall your seed and your name remain. So we know, building off of this, that this earth is always going to be here. But what's going to happen is going to be renewed. And that's what the fire is for. The fire is for the purging of this place, you know. And then when Yahushua comes back, there will be a restoration. Like any brothers out there that do any farming or have done any farming or have had any experience in farming or dealing with land, you know, there were certain times where there were certain parts of the land you had to burn. You know, I mean, I don't know the whole science of it. I'm not a expert agriculture person, but I know that there's certain portions of land that people would burn, you know, and then that would actually, after you burned it, it would actually make the land more rich in its soil, for lack of better words. I don't know the technical terms for it. You know, it's just like when you have a volcano eruption. That lava, when it gets hot, it actually makes stuff more fertile. That's the word I was looking for, fertile. So when you burn certain things, it makes it fertile. So this fire that's coming is going to purge this earth, you know, and then it's going to be set for what? For rebuilding again. This is why these devils have a term, you know, dealing with the phoenix. You know, the phoenix is a mythological bird, you know, that gets burnt up and then it rises back up from the ashes. So there's truth to things that Esau says, but Esau uses things on the left hand side, and you always have the right hand energy of every single thing that's out there. Everything that you see out there that's wicked, there's a right hand energy to it, you know, and there's a way to actually build righteously with that, you know. So let's see. You brothers are throwing out some banging ass precepts. But I'm gonna go back up to the top if I could find it, because wow. Another brother had put a good scripture up, which you're gonna build off of that, Lord's will. All right, the brother GMS Saints of the Most High, Isaiah 62 and 6. All right, now, and then I'm gonna get some of them other precepts. You know, I don't know where this is gonna go, but hey, that's how the spirit rolls. Isaiah 62 and 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. And this is all part of it, because the new heavens and the new earth that's coming, which is going to be a renewed heaven and a renewed earth, the heaven representing rulership on the planet, is going to be, you know, we have to tell you about it. Brothers have to speak on it, you know, and give him no rest till he establish it, till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Yeah, because Jerusalem is not a praise in the earth yet, you know, but it will be. And how do we know there's not a praise in the earth yet? Well, look at the Israelites. The Israelites are still in a low condition, and there's no one on the planet doing this right here. Isaiah 2 and 1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. This is a future prophecy that Isaiah saw concerning the Israelites coming back. It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established. So it's being established now, but it's not fully established. See? It says in the top of the mountains, because right now all the other governments, which mountains represents governments, they're ruling right now. And they're not regarding us. Remember, the scriptures say that we shall not be reckoned among the nations. So we're not in our rulership right now. And we're not being recognized by any of these nations, except for the niggas and spics and spooks and wetbacks and tontos and so on and so forth, which we got to eliminate. So we're going to put them in front of the line to take this Maxine, this madness, this concoction of Frankenstein, Dr. Edom, and we're gonna see where it's gonna go. Put the guinea pigs up in the front. It says, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And eventually this is what's going to happen. All nations are going to flow to us, because the Lord is going to set us up as the standard, which he did in the past, but we were flawed because of the flesh that we're in. But now we're going to be changed. Our hearts are going to be changed. Our flesh is going to be changed, and the laws are going to be put into our inward parts, so we're going to be perfect. And imagine this. Back then, the nations looked at us in admiration, for the law, statutes, and commandments. And we were in our imperfect state. So just imagine how much more now when the Lord glorifies us, This is Deuteronomy 4:5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that you should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. See, this is what they're going to see. And they're going to, and when they see us performing the law, statutes, and commandments, and remember, this is in our weakened state, in this faulty flesh state. And the nations were saying this, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. And this is why we were still, in these non-perfected mortal bodies. So how much more when the Lord establishes, us again? It says, for what nation is there so great, who hath the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for. And even today, the things that Jake can do are astounding, man. They leave these people, these heathens, these Edomites, these other nations, they leave them with their jaws hanging down, just by the magnificence, the godlike powers that Jake has, even on this low level. So just imagine when the Lord magnifies us, And this is why Judah is the greatest tribe, because why? Because the Lord created them that way. That's why they're the best at everything. They're the innovators. And what happens if the rest of the tribes follow after? You see? It says, and what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? See? So this is in our low state, in these faulty bodies that we're in. So just imagine when the Lord exalts us. It says, and shall be exalted above the hills, and nations, and all nations shall flow unto it. Because the nations are going to come looking for those blessings. They're going to come looking towards us to be able to, they're going to try to achieve that goal, but they're not going to be able to. They're always going to be in their position. But they know that they're going to get a fair shake once we get into power. It says, and many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord. So this is not happening over there, to the people over there in the land of Israel who are calling themselves Israelites, or not really Israelites, they're calling themselves Jews. That's not happening to them. People are seeing the wickedness that they're doing, and they want to strangle them. They don't. But with us, even now, there was this video circulating now. With his Edomite was talking about how they're going into slavery, and and he's cool with that. So that's starting to happen on a little scale. So the Lord is exalting us, and eventually in the kingdom we will be fully exalted. It says, and many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. That's right. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. Because the nations are going to go from warring with each other to what? To being servants where they belong. That's why they use farming tools. They took their spears and their weapons and turned them into farming tools. That's what a pruning hook is. That's what a plowshare is, instruments of agriculture, because that's where they're going. They're going into captivity, but they're going to be cool. All right. All right, you know what? Let me go to that one. The brother Judah Akia put it Job 20 and 5. Let's go to that. Job chapter 20 and verse. We're going to start at 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? So now we have to identify who the wicked is. Let's go to Job 9 and 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So by process, when you give something to someone, that's what? That's their possession. So now by process of elimination and looking at the policies of the world and who's governing, who's ruling, the consensus, if you have a half a working brain in your head, the consensus is everybody understands that the so-called white man is in power right now. So if they are the ones that are in power, and the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, that means that they are the wicked. So now, what other nation in the scriptures is identified as being the wicked? Well, let's go to Malachi chapter 1. I mean, brothers that have been studying for a while know, but this is for the sake of the ones that are just learning. So we go here, and when you read Malachi from the first verse to the fifth verse, this is all dealing with Esau. But now what we're going to do, as you can see there, Esau there, we're going to just jump to the fourth verse, whereas Edom saith, now it says Esau here, but it says Edom here. Right, so why is that? Are these two different people? Well, let's find out. Let's go to the book of Genesis, the 36th chapter, and the first verse. It says, now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Jump to the 8th verse. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. So the Edomites, Esau and the Edomites are the same people. Esau is the father of the nation of the Edomites. Edom was a name that was given to him afterwards when he had eaten of that same red pottage. The word Edom goes to the Hebrew word Adawam, which means red, because they are red. So it says, whereas Edom, which is the name of the people, the Edomites, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished. See, we are impoverished, but we will return. But we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, power of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. And they have built up the world. The world builds skyscrapers because America builds skyscrapers. The Edomites in America build skyscrapers. Therefore, all nations on the planet are drinking of that same wine. And it's funny because you could say that those skyscrapers, as they call them, are nothing more than towers. And when you go back to the beginning with Nimrod and the Tower of Babel, what were they doing? They were building a building to reach up into the heavens, to the skies, which Esau has done. So America is Babylon, or Babylon the Great, which they were doing that back then. And every time they build, they're always trying to outdo each other, trying to build a building higher than the tallest building in the world. They're always trying to outdo each other. It says, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. So we, reading in Job 20, that the triumphing of the wicked is short. We identified that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. We also identified that the people that are ruling the earth today are so-called white people, which they're not really white, they're red. And then we identified that the Edomites, or Esau, are also identified as being the wicked. The borders of wickedness, meaning anywhere that they're at, that's where the wicked are. That's where the wicked dwell. And right now they've been given control of the whole planet. It says, and the people, not the man, because you have some people that say, well, the Lord just didn't like Esau. But it had nothing to do with the rest of the people. No, it says, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. All right. So the Lord is angry with these people forever because they are the wicked. And what does the scripture say in Psalms? The Lord is angry with the wicked every day. Now that's dealing with the actual Edomites and actual people that are actually wicked among the nations and all that. All right. So it says the borders of wickedness and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So when we go here to Job 20 and 5, it said, I'm started 4 again. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? And this is why we read the first precept that was put up, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Because right now the earth is in their hand. And the first nation that Yahushua is coming to visit are the Edomites. You can read about that in Isaiah 63 and Isaiah 34, and other precepts, but those are two of the main ones. All right. Oh, beautiful. Reading on. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, see, and his head reach unto the clouds, which they did with their planes, but they those are called what? Skyscrapers. So though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and it did. What did the Lord say? They shall build, but I will throw down. And building off of that, we go to the book of Obadiah, right, which is one chapter long, and we read Obadiah 1 and 1, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power, concerning Edom. And that's all we want to get out of this verse, concerning Edom. Let you know that we're dealing with the same individual. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Not small as far as not many in people, small as far as being despised, being looked down upon. Okay? And the world can't stand this devil. Everybody can identify who he is. They're starting to now. They can't identify that he's the Edomites, but they know that something about this devil is off, is wrong. It says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, because they are very proud. And that's why they chose the symbol of the eagle to represent America when Benjamin Franklin wanted to have the turkey as the national emblem. But the Lord said nope, and he made them other devils say, no, we're going to pick the eagle, because the eagle is a proud bird. And it's the highest flying bird. All right, it says, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Are the Edomites being identified with cavemen? Huh? It says, whose habitation is high, and their habitation is high. Look at the buildings that they build up. Let's go real quick. All right. Here we go. Here goes an illustration of it. You have these big, tall, what is known as skyscrapers, because the word skyscraper is a compound word. Sky and then scraper, meaning that they're so high that they're scraping the sky. All right. In Spanish, it's rascacielos, which is pretty much the same thing. Look at that. So you can't tell me that these devils' habitation isn't high. Now somebody say, well, the Chinese, they build big, tall buildings too. But where did they get it from? Because the first tall building that was ever in the world was here in America, in Chicago, which was an actual insurance company, which was only 10 stories high. But at that time, that was considered a giant compared to all of the rest of the small buildings around. And from that point on, they kept building and building. So all of these nations are drinking of the wine of the wrath of the fornication of this whore. And that's why they have tall skyscrapers. Because you do have, believe it or not, you do have simple-minded individuals that be, well, Beijing and over there in China, Hong Kong, man, they got big, tall buildings too. So how we know they're not the Edomites? They got the red dragon. They got a red flag. Come on, man. There you go. Look at that. Whose habitation is high. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yeah, because their military force is a force to be reckoned with. Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars. Now, when did this happen? First of all, the eagle is the symbol or the emblem of America. You see it everywhere. It says, and though thou exalt thy nest among the stars. How did they do that? By putting up their satellites, their space stations, sending space shuttles up, which they never got to the moon. You know, everybody, you know, well, at one time everybody believed that these devils went to the moon, but here it is, they went to the moon back in the, was it 69, allegedly, and they made it there no problem. But then here it is, you know, 2020, the 2000s, 2020, technology is so great and vast, and they haven't gone to the moon again since that time, and the technology is much more advanced now. So they haven't gone to the moon yet since 1969. Was that was a fluke? There was a one-hit wonder at the time. Come on, man. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, which they did that when they put up their space stations and they put up, you know, the space shuttles, they put up the satellites. Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. And the Lord started bringing them down since that time. The 60s was bad for America. Then the 70s. So from that point on, everything started to degenerate. You know, America went from this place of being the where you could achieve the American dream to the shithole that it became. At one time during the 80s, 70s and 80s, but mainly the 80s, the Bronx looked like it belonged out there in Iraq somewhere. You know, it was broken down till they built it back up. That thing was torn down. You know, empty lots, abandoned buildings, broken down buildings. You know, broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the stairs like they just don't care. That's a song, the message from Grandmaster Flash, not Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel. All right, let me read that again. Salaka, man. Dove session is in session. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So from that point on, the Lord started bringing them down. You know, and this is what the other precept that the brother put up in the book of Isaiah, dealing with, matter of fact, let me leave this just in case I need it again. In the book of Isaiah 62 that the brother put up. 62 and 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, because the mouthpiece of the Lord, which are the prophets, are the ones that are bringing this place down verbally by speaking the Lord's words, and give him no rest till he establish until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth, which we read in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, which that hasn't happened yet. All right, and this place is being brought down just by the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, as prophesied in the scriptures. 2nd Thessalonians, matter of fact, another precept came to mind. Let me just get it real quick before I forget, and then let me go back. All right. And then shall that wicked be revealed. We already established who the wicked is. And they're being revealed. When you read up above this, it talks about them sitting in the seat of the Most High, being worshipped as the Most High. Nobody else on the planet was worshipped or is worshipped as Esau, the so-called white man, as being the God, so-called God, and his son. Nobody's ever did that. No other nation did that. So now that the wicked is revealed, whom the Lord shall what? Consume with the spirit of his mouth. So how is the Lord consuming them with the spirit of his mouth? By the prophets. Let's go real quick to Hosea 6 and 5. Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as a light that goeth forth. You know, now this is dealing with Ephraim, you know, with the kingdom of Ephraim. But the point is that the Lord used the prophets to hew them down with the words of the Lord's mouth. And this is the point, the words of the Lord's mouth. It says, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. Because the light, does not the light come out every day? Sun comes out every day, whether it's cloudy or not, but the light's still out there. You still have day, you still have night. 2nd Thessalonians 2 and 8, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And that's dealing with the missiles and the lasers from the chariots. Okay? So going back to Job 20, Job 20 and 6, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Yeah, because they're going to perish. And that goes right back to the book of Obadiah. Let's go real quick to the 18th verse. Obadiah 1:18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire. Who's the house of Jacob? This is dealing with the southern kingdom. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And the house of Joseph a flame. Who is the house of Joseph? That's dealing with the tribes of Ephraim, the northern kingdom. Ephraim all the way to Issachar. And all the other tribes that make up the northern kingdom. So Jacob is going to be a fire. And Joseph a flame. And the house of Esau for stubble. Because they're going to be the ones burnt up. So you're going to have the fire between the two kingdoms, which are going to be united as one, and the one that's going to be the kindling wood, so to speak, is Esau, the Edomites, and they shall kindle in them. So it's not talking about just Esau the man. It shall kindle in them, and devour them, the Edomites, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai has spoken it. So that's why you're not going to be able to see him. They're going to be yelling out, where is he? Because they're going to be a distant memory. They're going to be as though they had not been. Let's go real quick to Psalms 125 and 3. It says, for the rod of the wicked. Oh, no, that's not it. Salakia. It's 126 and 1, I believe. Yep. Psalms 126 and 1. When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, meaning when the Lord brought us out of captivity, we were like them that dream. See? So it's going to be like a bad nightmare. It says, then was our mouth filled with laughter. Why? Because now we are actually back in power where we were not in power at one time. That's why it says, let's go to Psalms 149 chapter. And the 5th verse, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Why? Because the glory is what? The kingdom of heaven. Let them be joyful. Why? Because no longer will this devil have his hands and his paws upon us ever again. Let's go real quick to 2 Samuel chapter 7 and verse 10. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel and will plant them. So the Lord is about to plant us. Right now we're going through the schematics, through the blueprint. And the Lord is about to plant us back in the land of Israel, back upon the earth, back as the original people that we're supposed to be. That they may dwell in a place of their own. Yeah, because right now we're not dwelling in our own place. We're wandering. We're pretty much kings in exile. It says, and move no more, because we move from nation to nation. We've been moving from the time when the Assyrians, Babylonians, took us down and removed us out of our lands. Neither shall the children of wickedness, which are the Edomites, afflict them anymore as before time. See? So they not going to be able to do that. And that's why let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, which is the word of the Lord, and a two-edged sword in their hand, which is what? A killing instrument. Why? Because there's going to be some judgment being meted out to execute vengeance upon the heathen, which is Esau and the other nations, and punishments upon the people, because they have to pay for what they did to us. It says to bind their kings, because the first ones that are going into captivity are going to be their kings. Meaning they're exalted ones, the ones that are rich, ye rich men. It says to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, because they're going to be shackled up. Shackled up. To execute upon them the judgment written. What judgment written? What we just read about here in the scriptures. So there's going to be an execution of this judgment upon them. It says, dishonor have all his saints, which are who? The Israelites. Praise ye Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for that. Because if you leave it up to these devils, we'll never get any form of justice. So going back to Psalms 126 and 2, then was our mouth filled with laughter. Why? Because we were out of our captivity. And we were like those that had a real bad nightmare. It says, and our tongue with singing. Why? Because we let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Then said they among the heathen, the Lord hath done great things for them. See? The Lord hath done great things for us, whereof we are glad. Turn again our captivity, O Yahweh Shemel Shai, as the streams in the south. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. And we have sown in tears, but we're going to reap in joy. Yahweh Shai told the disciples, your sorrow shall be turned into joy. It says, he that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, which is this truth, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. Why? Because right now our bodies are the living sacrifice. You know, our bodies are the living sacrifice. You know, this is the precious seed, and our tears were what watered it. You know, as it said in this verse. And now what's going to be reaped is what was sown. So now we're going to get the upper hand over these devils. That's why the saints are going to be joyful in glory. So when we go back here, Job 20:7, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He's going to be gone. We read in Obadiah 1:18. He shall fly away as a dream. See, did we not just read about that? Because how great has this devil's power been? And it has been very great. But now the Lord is going to take him down out of his power. Psalm 60 verse 9. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? So in other words, who's going to bring these devils down? Will not thou, O Yahweh Bashem El Shai, which didst cast us off, and thou, O power, which didst not go out with our armies? Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Through the Most High we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. So right now the ones that are in power are the Edomites, and they have the blessing of the sword. They have the greatest military. You know, they're a superpower to be reckoned with. They have allies which are going to turn against her eventually out there in Europe. You know, you have something called NATO and the EU, which is a powerful army that are allies with America. So it says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night, because they're going to be run out of this world, man. You know? Just bear with me real quick. Just bear with me 1 second. Excuse me. Here we go. Just what I was looking for. Job 18:18. He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. And they're going to be chased out of this world. There's another scripture that says they cried after him. Job 30. They cried after him as after a thief. So he shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. This is Esau. So it says, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place any more behold him. Why? Because once this devil goes down, that's it. There's no more coming back into power. And Esau's over there working, and they're looking, plotting, but plotting their escape, and then they're gonna get the upper hand over us. No. So we read it over here. Neither shall his place any more behold him. Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. Why? Because they are the same. They are their fathers coming back anyway. That they do not rise. See, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Why? Because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And what have they done? They've destroyed it. You know, morally, physically, and every other which way. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So they're going to be cut off. You know, I will also make it a possession for the bitter. Yeah, and that's what's coming. This place is going to be a place where only unclean animals are going to dwell here, and pools of water, and will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts. Okay. So going back to Job 20 and 10, his children shall seek to please the poor, and that's what they're going to do. And his hands shall restore their goods. And this is where we're going. We're going back to the restoration. That's why the nations are going to beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. And the gates of Israel are going to be open day and night. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 60 and start at verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be opened continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, which really belong to us, and that their kings may be brought. Why? Because their kings are going to be the first ones that go into captivity. Let's go real quick to Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. See? So there's going to be a transfer of wealth, a transfer of land. Because from the beginning you always had kingdoms, which the scriptures also call heavens. As we read in 2 Peter, that the heavens were of old, they were in the water and out of the water. So those different empires back then also got drowned, also got taken out. All right, so going back to Isaiah, that their kings may be brought, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted, and they're not going to play around, So going back to Job 20, and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Because, people be like, well, that was my forefather. They did that. They're not here anymore. They pay for their crimes, so why should it fall on us? Well, the Lord said that his bones are full of the sin of his youth from the moment that y'all got here. And even going back during the time of the Greeks, during the time of the Romans, and every other Edomite nation on the planet that did us wrong, and the other nations. But this is dealing mainly with Esau. It says, which shall lie down with him in the dust. So all of these iniquities that they done, they're going to follow them into the grave. So in other words, when that spirit goes up before the Father, the judgment they're going to receive is they're going to have to deal with something when they come back. And they may have gone generations without receiving punishment, which we see that they haven't received any punishment yet, because the Lord is stacking them chips up for when the kingdom is established. And then we're going to exact every last bit of hell out of their ass. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned, it is a gall of asp within them. Yeah, because everything that they got, they're going to turn it back. It's just like, back in the days when, you first started drinking, and you might have drank different stuff, or you might have ate some stuff and it didn't agree with your system. And all of a sudden you was like, oh Lord, I'll never drink again. And you start early. Well, that's what Esau is going through right now. They took everything. It was sweet unto them. They done beat us down. They took everything that we had. But now they're at the point of, after they ate everything, now they're like, they rocking back and forth like, oh Lord, they're about to throw it back up, which means they're going to return it back to us. It says, he hath swallowed down riches, see, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. Now let's go from there to Proverbs 28 and 8. He that by usury and unjust gain increases his substance, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. So they're gathering it for the Lord to give to us. Oh, this is another one. Ecclesiastes 8, is it? Yep, 8 and 9. All this have I seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. So you know you done fucked up, right? Zephaniah. No, not Zephaniah. Zechariah. 1 and 15. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. And that's what these devils did. They helped forward the affliction, all nations, but mainly Esau, and they don't think they're ever going to pay. Zechariah 11:5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. See? So they possess us, but they hold themselves not guilty. Every time they judge themselves, they never hold themselves guilty. Right? But that's all right. You can do that because you have the power. Nahum 1 and 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. So the Lord is not going to acquit you. No, you might acquit yourself, but the Lord ain't going to acquit you. He's not going to let you get slide. The word for acquit, nakwa, to be empty, be clear, be pure, be free, be innocent, be desolate, be cut off. So you're not going to be clear. You're not going to be pure. You're not going to be free. You're not going to be innocent. You're going to pay. See, you're not going to be exempted from obligation. You're not going to be exempted from punishment. You're not going to be free from guilt. You're not going to be innocent, because the Lord is going to exact it out of you. And guess who he's going to use to exact the vengeance? Ezekiel 25 and 12. Thus saith the Lord power, because I'm sorry, that's not the one. That's not the one. Let's go to Ezekiel 35. I believe it's Ezekiel 35. Nope, I believe it was 25. Yes, Isaiah 25. I mean Ezekiel 25:14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. So it's all it is poetic justice, man. You know, just don't take this ass whooping personal, devil. Inside joke. It says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Man, you brothers, man. Woo. I was just at the beginning of this, and you know, hey, this is a good topic, you know, because it just opens up so many doors. Let me read that again. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So finishing out here, it says, he shall Job 20 and 16. It says, he shall suck the poison of asps. Select it for a minute. Okay. It says, he shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. Yeah, because they're preparing for what? They're preparing for the New World Order, so-called New World Order. Okay. It says, he shall not see the rivers of the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. So he's not gonna whenever he tries to to set up his new world order, he's not going to be able to enjoy it. You know, he's not going to be able to enjoy it. That which he labored for shall he restore. So there's going to be a restoration. The true reparations are coming in the kingdom, not here. You know, because what they're going to pay their so-called reparations with is what? Nothing more than debt-bearing notes. You know, fake shit. And shall not swallow it down. See, so they're not going to be able to enjoy it. The purpose of having a nice meal, what, is to eat it and enjoy it, not to throw it back up. So they got everything, they ate everything. Now they're gonna spit it back out. Yeah, who's this guy? Toon Kid. I mean, is this guy a scoffer or I see some crazy comments coming out, you know. According to his substance shall the restitution be. See, so the real restitution, the real reparation, the real restorations are going to come when these devils go down, and then they're subjected unto us. It says he shall not rejoice therein, because he's not going to be able to enjoy. Oh, he's a scoffer. All right, so goodbye. All right, cool. Oh, damn. Hold up. Oh, man. I'm going to have to set you up, brother. Okay, I see how to do that. All right. I figured out how to work that. I'm going to have to, because I forgot your page got deleted, Elder Manata Zakba. I have to put you back on the moderating tip. I just got to get your page and add it. It says, according to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. It says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor. See? Because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. And this is what's happening. And this is what has happened. It says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Because this so-called New World Order is going to be taken out. It's not going to survive. They're only going to go so far with it. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. Yeah, because in this time, everybody's looking for their goods. You know, everybody's looking to benefit off of Esau. But at the end of it all, he's going to be done. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Because when he's about to fill his belly, right, which we're about to read, the sufficiency means that they got what they needed. Everything. You know? It says, he shall be in straits. See, he's going to be in trouble. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Yeah, so every hand of the wicked shall be upon him. Meaning the hand of the wicked are when you look up this word wicked, means the laborers. Because they're going to be tired of getting effed over. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. See? So in the midst of him feasting and having it like in the day of slaughter and preparing to usher in the New World Order, boom, the Lord's going to snatch it right out of his hands. And then it goes on to speak about the nuclear missiles and how he's going to be taken out by the nuclear missiles. I just jumped to the 28th verse. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath, because the Lord is going to bring wrath upon him. Remember that these devils, Proverbs 16:4, the Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So they've been tailor-made for the day of evil. Romans 9:22. What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? So they've been tailor-made for destruction, and that's what's coming upon them. This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High. You know, I mean, I still feel the spirit, but just in the interest of time, you know, I'm going to cut it short there, because, you know how it is with this StreamYard thing. You know, the elder already told me how to get to it and how to get around it. So with that, I pray that you brothers have been edified. To the next time I